Returning to my Coin Lady channel, I am pleased to see you again. $1.64 trillion. All the UN tokenized money in circulation amounts to that amount. Consider the absurdity of that and the implications it has for this emerging asset class, which is only beginning to tokenize a fraction of its true worth. The value of everything in the universe is so enormous that it drives us crazy. Only $170 billion, out of a total of $1.64 quadrillion, is really tokenized in the cryptocurrency market at the moment. Yeah, I'm simply going to say it out loud. First of all, it's insane. It merely serves to emphasize how diminutive and tiny this area truly is. Returning to November of 2021, with a market cap of $3 trillion, only serves to highlight how insignificant it is, like a drop in a bucket. The reason I bring this up is that Xrp and Hbar are two startups in this arena with amazing teams that are collaborating with some of the most prominent figures in the tokenization industry. Interoperability across several blockchain networks is made possible by OneEra.io, facilitating frictionless asset transfers and interactions. Additionally, they employ Medico, Fireblocks, and Ripple for custody purposes. I want to completely dissect this and bring all the connections back to Onera with Ripple Hedera, so let's go into that now. The video is 9 minutes long. As tokenized assets continue to gain popularity, it will be fascinating to observe how this phenomenon is not only growing in scope, but also transforming into a network effect that generates enormous value and growth. More money is coming in. Quite a few more people are signing up. Once we see how everything plays out in full, it's going to be quite fascinating. Remember that back in April, when they announced that Arcix would be partnering with Hedera, Onera had ties to both Ripple Medical and Hedera. Actually, Hedera and OneEra were involved in tokenizing a money market fund via BlackRock. To be sure, this announcement did generate a great deal of controversy and the like, but OneEra was a crucial part of the jigsaw, and the reason why is fascinating. Here around OneEra, the most important item, the plan all along was to use their FinP2P network to distribute tokenized shares in money market funds and even help with their first multi-million-dollar deal on Hedera. In the tokenized economy as a whole, OneEra plays a significant role. If we take a closer look at this quote from Onera's CEO and co-founder, we can see that with a simple Onera by-side router, exchanges, RIAs, wealth managers, asset managers, broker-dealers, and banks of all sizes can route transactions to Arcix's tokenized money market funds. A worldwide institutional tokenized assets ecosystem with market-wide access, distribution, and liquidity, what we call an institutional network effect, is our shared ambition with Arcix and other ecosystem partners, and this is another step in that direction. An enormous matter has arisen. The commercial aspect is being developed. Keep that quote in mind. It came from Brad Garlinghouse, I think. It could have also come from David Schwartz. They stated that having items tokenized on-chain is relatively straightforward, but that an underlying market is necessary, in regards to tokenization. To get around this, you'll need a market maker. In that space, OneEra is a major participant. Along with Medical and Fireblocks, OneEra offers custodial services with Ripple. You can see the road being paved here, thanks to Fireblocks, one of the largest institutional custody players in this field. On top of everything else, we have connections upon connections, with Ripple Medico, Arcix, Hedera, and Aberdeen all located here. Digital securities exchange Arcix, headquartered in London, allows for regulated trading of blockchain-based assets. Segregated security solutions, sometimes known as custody, are being implemented by Medico Ripples, a recently acquired firm, as mentioned by the head of market development in the film. A multinational trading facility, a regulated exchange, and the Arctic all work together. It uses technology developed by Medica US for its tokenization engine and has a custody subsidiary. Using Hedera, they have tokenized Aberdeen's money market fund. When it comes to large UK asset managers issuing tokenized securities, Aberdeen is at the forefront. However, there is also this money market fund that is centered around BlackRock and uses Onera. Take a look at this. A more in-depth look at our institutional grading system is shown here. This is the actual method by which we hold all of these different kinds of assets. In most cases, a trust structure is appropriate for securities. Finally, our security-separated solution, developed in collaboration with IBM and the medical field, ensures the safety of digital information. We have implemented a multi-SIG process. As you can see from the flow chart, we also have CAS permits for withdrawals, as well as for securities and cash. For our tracks, this is a crucial differentiation. When competing with large institutions, what they actually want to see are regulated businesses of an institutional grade, with assets segregated according to their ownership and the nature of those holdings. It has to be present across a variety of digital and traditional assets since it is a critical distinction for us. Along these lines, this is the general outline of the tokenized economy. On the left, you can see the client access. In the second section, you'll find the insolvency remote, and after that, the infrastructure. Banks, cash, Crest, and securities are becoming components of infrastructure. Medica, Ripple, IBM, and crypto itself are all part of it. All the way around the insolvency, distant, you have Archix. Client bank accounts are also at the top of your list. Into the care of Arctic, which you might supplement with medical if desired. Additionally, Medico offers custody services. Everything here is interdependent, and it all culminates in the Application Programming Interface, API, via the client and the Graphical User Interface, GUI. This is all starting to materialize at this very moment. At this very moment, the tokenized economy's infrastructure and basis are taking shape. Just a friendly reminder, Archix is a major component. Hedera is their partner. Riff is the tool they're using. From what I can see, they're also collaborating with other major companies in the industry. Al Magnificent and a couple others come to mind. While I can probably think of a few more names, I do know that Al Graham might be restrained. Tokenization relies heavily on them. Now, if we examine One Era directly, we can see the interconnection sort of shining. Our solutions cater to both clients and partners. One Era bridges the gap across sectors. We at Onera are laser-focused on getting our clients and partners into production in 2024 using tokenized asset classes that have already proven themselves in the market. Then, in 2025, we can scale the industry tremendously. Options for intraday repo, money market funds, and liquidity are available. Gold, private equity, and real estate are on the list, followed by debt, syndicated loans, and tokenized bonds. We also have the whole breakdown of money market funds beyond this. Here we have Arctic's tokenized Aberdeen and BlackRock money market funds, as well as several more on the way. Next up is intraday repo, which involves major firms like JP Morgan. Furthermore, this section deals with institutional real estate. Once again, this involves large banks and large non-disclosure agreements. On top of that, we get first dibs on alts like gold, private equity, real estate, and the like. Also, large banks are all NDAs for things like tokenized bonds and syndicated loans. On one side, you have ABN AMRO, a US bank. On the other, you have major banks offering syndicated loans. There are non-disclosure agreements in place, and their goal is to link the whole sector. It's just like that. Everything is being linked together. Tokenized assets can be distributed and traded through our interconnected financial institution industry. I appreciate you taking the time to view my online video. Thank you for watching my channel and for subscribing. I will see you later.